Hi, everyone. I wanted to talk about owning your gifts. And it was really prompted by a conversation that I had with a close friend yesterday. You know, if you ever notice, sometimes you're having a conversation and there's a parallel or a similarity between what you and whoever it is that you're talking to is experiencing something similar, not quite the same experience, but it's the same message. And what we were talking about yesterday was how we both found ourselves needing to embrace and own a gift within ourselves that we had been resisting. And sometimes it's that you are embracing that gift, but there's a tweaking that needs to happen because you're not quite allowing the fullness of what that gift is to express itself out into the world. And I wanted to use myself as an example because I want to share from my heart, and this might be something that you're experiencing in your own life. When I first started this more awakened and conscious journey, which was in the early 1980s, and I found myself as oftentimes, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And I started really embarking on this journey from a more metaphysical perspective. And I was involved with different intensives, and I was learning about healing. I was learning about crystals and energy, and I found it all very fascinating. And I remember the day that the teacher said to me, "You are a healer." And I've written about this, and my first thought was, oh, hell no, I am never going to do that, because my image and interpretation of a healer was thinking about somebody who has these gatherings in tents and puts their hands on somebody's head and they fall back, and just some of the stories that I associated with healing. And it was very negative for me. And so I was very resistant. And I was still very curious about energy and healing. I just didn't want to associate myself with that label, with that way of being perceived, because I didn't like it. And a few years into my journey, I found myself doing some energy healing work. I was kind of dabbling with that. And I remember that I was standing, because I was living in New York at the time, I was standing on the subway at 69th and 3rd. I had just gotten out of Bloomingdale's, and I had done some energy healing work with a friend of mine who at that time was, this was during the AIDS outbreak, when this was first really coming onto the forefront, and I had done some work with him, and he was not doing well. And I was hoping that whatever I was doing, I don't even know really what I was doing at the time, that would help him. And unfortunately, he did pass. That was some months later. So I'm standing on the subway, and I just feeling that, like, this pushing inside from my soul. It's the only association I can think of. And I finally said, all right, I will own this gift, this talent, whatever it is. I will allow it to flow through my life. And I was overwhelmed with this feeling of joy just washing over me, as if my soul was just jumping up and down with total joy, that I finally stopped resisting part of what I'm here to do, to be a channel for this energy to flow through. Hi, Jane. Hi, Margot. Hi, Dee. Hi, Tom. Sweethearts, all of you. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is it was a natural transition for me over the years in the psychotherapy work that I did, and the hypnotherapy, and becoming an ordained spiritual minister. I was comfortable with all of that, and I had kind of moved the energy healing association aside. I felt it incorporated that, but I kind of refused to really step out and call myself a healer. So a number of years ago, I started putting that on my business card, on my website, and my description, because I started channeling an evolved version of quantum healing. And I was comfortable with that, but I I still didn't realize until several months ago that I was still resisting and having difficulty with fully embracing my gift as a channel for healing energy. And I had testimonials. I had people coming to me for specific healing of physical symptoms. I mean, I had all of that evidence in front of me, and I was squirming. I was so much more comfortable with identifying with the emotional and mental healing, because I've done that for 30 years, and I could not understand why I was having so much difficulty until I realized I was fighting and telling myself that I had to be responsible, that I had to kind of, if I owned this gift, then I was promising the outcome to what people's experience would be, which is crazy because I've never done that with the inner healing work. I mean, if you do this work, you understand that we are creating the experience, we are supporting the experience, but the person who actually does or allows the healing work is us. We are the creators of those experiences. We are masterful when we have the resources, when we're ready for those shifts to happen. It happens not because of something that somebody else is doing. It's because we are allowing that. We are creating those shifts within ourselves. I know that's absolutely true. So here I am. I'm in this conflict of, I can't really own that because I have to make all these promises to all these people that if they come to me for a session and blah, 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 blah. And it dawned on me that it wasn't about any of that recently, as we've come into this new time frame of if you've heard the phrase blank slate, and that this is a year of manifestation. And I think it's also a year of owning and coming into alignment and integrity with our soul blueprint, with our purpose and our passion, at least to the extent that we understand it, because it's always expanding, and it's always, I think it's so much more than what we think it is. If keep looking around for this is the it. Okay, now I've finally got the reason what my purpose is. Whew, okay, great. So I'm not kidding myself and staying in that place of inquiry and exploration that this is as much as I understand at this point. So I'm sharing that I am owning, and I have owned it couple of weeks ago, but I'm owning it on video, that I am a conduit for healing energy as an energy healer, and I'm owning my gifts as a channel and a resource for a new dimension of quantum energy that is coming down on the planet for the first time, as many people are bringing through modalities that have not been on the planet before. And I'm letting go of this story that I have held on to about what healers are and people who work with energy. I am trashing that. I'm putting that in a garbage bag, and I am sending that into source light to be disintegrated. And I am inviting any of you who might be resisting owning some of your gifts, or a gift that's emerging because of some story and association that you're playing with to hold yourself back, because the time is now. We are needed now. And it is about coming into alignment, and it is about being in integrity with who you are, who you're here to be, who you are becoming. And I know that this is true for me because I'm watching, as I am working with my group, Create Your New Health Story, and taking a stand for the story that I'm ready to create in my life, and inviting people to create their new health stories with a mind-body connection, and it's flowing. The confirmations that I'm, how do I want to say this? Finally at this point, living from a deeper truth, because people are wanting to play with me in this group, and they're coming easily and effortlessly, and I'm watching the conversations, and I'm seeing these things that are flowing, and I'm noticing what's flowing through me, and the joy that I feel in my heart. That's always the indication. I can tell when I'm in alignment, because I feel the joy in my heart. As if my soul again is just jumping up and saying inside and saying, yes, thank you, Lorraine. So I hope whatever your dreams are for this year, whatever your soul is calling for you to be and do, that you listen. I continually see how things feel like they get stuck, or this interpretation that there must be a block there. And it may be that you're doing exactly what you're meant to do, but there's a piece there that you might still be in resistance to, a little bit of a blind spot. So be open to that, because it's a hell of a lot more fun when you get out of your way and you show up doing and being who you're meant to be. So I just wanted to share that with you, because I'm just feeling so good about this. I'm in this place of curiosity and excitement. I have no idea what the next piece looks like, but I know that if you don't take step one, you don't get step two. So from my heart to yours, thank you so much for joining me. Hi, Beth. Hi, Jana. Hi, Margot. I love you all, and I'm looking forward to opportunities this year where we can all play together and start shining in the ways that we are meant to be, and let go of all of these stories and all of these myths and whatever it is that's holding us back from taking step 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. I don't, like I said, I don't know where this is all going, but I am curious and I am excited to see what's next. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I welcome your thoughts. And if you want to check out my group, Create Your New Health Story, it's on Facebook. You can go ahead and search it, and if it speaks to you and resonates with what your focus and intention is for the year, let me hear from you. Have a great day.